Hey, what's up guys? It's Tyler Pancakes. Today we're going to do a classic by Jimi Hendrix. It's called The Wind Cries Mary. I hope you all enjoy. Let's get started. Alright guys, so this first chord we're going to play, we're going to have our pointer finger on the 6th fret, that E string, also barring down on the A string, and then ring and pinky on the 8th frets, the D and G. Then we're going to slide a half step to the 7th fret, and then a half step to the 8th fret. So the same shape the whole time. Alright, so that next little doohickey we're going to do, we're going to bar down the A and the D string on the 8th fret. We're going to do a hammer on with our ring finger from 8 to 10. Then slide down a half step, same thing. Bar down the 9th fret of that A and D. Same thing. Ring finger, we're gonna hammer on that 11th fret of the A. And then slide down again and hammer on again. So that next little part, that little riff there, it is on that 10th fret of the D. And I'm barring the D and the G on that 10th fret. And I'm very lightly playing those together. So I play them together twice. Then I hammer on and pull off on that 12th fret of the D. Still playing the D and G together. And then I got that ring finger on the 12th fret of that A string. Alright, so after the intro, we got the verse here. Alright guys, so I got my thumb on the 8th fret. of this E string here. And then I got this little bar chord shape here with my ring finger on the 10th fret, 10th fret of that D, middle finger on the 9th fret of the G, and pointer finger on 8th fret of the B. And I'm also barring down on that E string. So we're using that thumb as a little bass there. So that same shape. So you can either move that shape down a half step, or you can just use the bass on that second little chord there. I think that's what we're gonna do here. So we got our thumb on that 7th fret. And then we're going to move our thumb to the 6th fret of that E. So then we're going to go straight to an F here with our thumb on the 1st fret. So what I'm doing here, I'm playing that same little shape there without my middle finger. And I'm hammering on to that G string on the 2nd fret. And then I'm doing a little hammer on pull off on the 3rd fret of that G. Alright, so this part's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm sweeping down, I'm doing that same shape. I got my thumb on the 8th fret there. And I'm playing still that same shape there, starting on the 10th fret with my ring finger, middle finger on the 9th, pointer finger on the 8th, and this time I got my pinky on that 10th fret of the E. And then after I play that high E, I'm going to lift my pinky, pointer finger on that 8th fret, and then I got my ring finger on the 10th fret of the B, and then 8th fret of the B, 10th fret of the G, and then 9th fret of the G. And then I'm going to play with my ring finger 10th fret of the D. So all together. Back to F. And then I'm sliding a whole octave, which is 12 frets. So I'm playing an F down here, or up here. I got my ring finger on the 15th fret of the D string. I got my pointer finger on the 14th fret, G string, my middle finger, pointer finger on the 13th fret of the B, and then pinky on the 15th fret of the E. And I just kind of made that up, man. Jimmy does that riff in another song called One Rainy Wish. How's he doing? The sky was filled with 1,000 stars as the sun kissed the ocean's blue. Something like that, man. So you don't have to play it that way. You can just stick to another thing I like that he does. So we're gonna start. It's kind of like a C bar here. We got our pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the A, and we're gonna slide from 5 to 7, and then I'm holding down. I'm barring, 5 to 7. And then I'm barring down on the 5th fret of the D and G with my pointer finger, doing a little hammer-on pull-off, playing the D and G at the same time, but only hammering onto that 7th fret of the D. And after I pull off, I'm hitting that 7th fret of the A string. So we're going to do the same thing up here on the 1st fret. This time we're sliding from 1, we're going to slide 3 to 5. So we're barring down the 3rd frets of the D and G, playing with the pointer finger. This time we're hammering on, pulling off on 3 to 5 on that D string, still holding down the G though. And then we're going to press down on that 5th fret of the A. So all together. Back to F. Actually, that time I'm winning. I like that. So that's just, we're hammering, barring down the 1st fret of the B and E. Playing at the same time, except hammer onto that 3rd fret of the B with your ring finger, and then lift off. That last little thing I like to do. So I play that same little chord with my pinky down here. Again, I got my thumb on the 8th fret of the E, and I'm just sliding here, sliding a half step, and keeping the same shape. Keep that pinky on that E. Back. Alright, so that little part, it's like the outro from the verse. We're going to slide down with our thumb from the 1 to the 3, and then we're going to make that little cool shape there. I like to think of it as stairs. So we got our ring finger on the 5th fret of the D, middle finger 4th fret of the G, pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the B. And Same shape we're doing this whole song, guys. And we're gonna hammer on with our pinky finger on that B string. And after I hammer on, pull off, and then I hit that B again with my finger on the 3rd fret there. And then I hit that G string. So now we're gonna slide all the way to the 6th fret with that same shape. You can even add your pinky if you want. You can do that little weird thing I did. Alright, so he goes back to the intro there. So that weird little bar chord thingy on the 6th fret, holding down on the E and the A, those 6s, and then ring and pinky on the 8s, then half step, half step, half step, and then so barring down the A and the D on that 8th fret, hammer onto the A10. And same thing, we're just moving half steps here. So all together. It's that little lick here. So same thing as beginning. We're barring down on the, what is this, D and G on the 10th fret, playing those. And then I'm kind of hitting that G string, hammer on, pull off on the 12 of the D. And then I'm hitting the 12th fret of that A. Starts the verses again. Sorry, a little sloppy. Hold on. Alright, man, so this part's really cool if you have a loop pedal. I'm going to play it one time again here with my loop. Alright, man, so this loop pedal part, it's a little tricky with the loop. Let me erase it here. So I don't know what kind of looper you have, but it helps if you have the one click. I got a Donner circle looper, and I can stop it with one click. A lot of loopers, it takes two. So it's easy for me to stop this so I can finish the solo. So the first chord I'm gonna play for that looper. So I got my pointer finger on that 8th fret of the A, and then ring on the 10 of the D, pinky on the 10 of the G. Then I'm gonna slide with my ring finger from 8 to 10. And then I'm playing this D and G on the 8th fret, barred up. And I'm gonna do that little hammer-on pull-off thing we've been doing the whole song. And then I'm hitting that A string on the 10th fret. And then I got my thumb on the 6th fret of that E. And I play it a few times. And then I'm going to slide with my ring finger from the 8th fret of the E to the 10th fret. And then I'm going to hit that 8th fret of the A. So hold on, here we go. Alright, so now we're going to go to the 4th fret of the E. And we're going to slide from the 6th fret of the E to the 10th fret of the E. And do that little thingy-majigger. I'm going to do it real slow for you. And I'm going to start my loop on this. I'm going to hit that click right when I go bam. So here we go. Oh God. Alright, so I like to start right here on the solo. So right when it hits that, I'm sliding. I'm barring down the, I'm sliding, y'all. I'm barring down the B and the E of that 13th fret. I'm sliding up, or down, whatever you want to call it. So that's the first little lick there. And then I got my pointer finger on that 12th fret of the G. Then I got my middle finger on the 13th fret of the B. We're going to play around there. Play those two together. And then we're going to put our ring finger on the 14th fret of the G. So we're going to play that. Then we're going to hit with our pinky finger that 15th fret of the D string. Alright, so real slow here. Again, I got my pointer finger on the 12th fret of the G, middle finger on the 13th fret of the B. And yeah, let's hammer on there from that 12th fret of the G to the 14th fret of the G. So after you hammer on, you're going to pull it off and just play that same little chord. And then you're going to hit that 15th fret of the D. and then you're going to do it a little faster. And after you do that little lick, you're going to hammer on from that 15th fret with your pointer finger onto the 17th fret with the A string. And then you're going to hammer on to that 15 to 17 on the D string. And then lift off to that 15. Then you can do another little hammer on here on that A string, and then on the D string, and then lift off to that 15th on the D, and that's that little lick there. Let's do it again. Here it comes. So that time, instead of going through all that extra stuff down here, we're just gonna go straight up here again. So it's all on that 15th and 17th fret of that A and D string, and I'm just using my pointer and my ring finger. Y'all get the gist, man. And then I'm gonna click that on whenever you want, really. So after we do our little a few times, so that little lick there, we're going to start on the 15th fret of the B and E, barring down the 15s with your pointer finger, hammer onto that 17th fret of the B, and lift off. And then I'm doing that same little chord there, except I'm strumming it a little bit. So I got my pointer on the 14th fret of the G, I got my middle finger on the 15th fret of the B, and I hammer onto that 16th fret of the G, and I'm playing the G, B, and E. I'm kind of just strumming it. So here we go. I'm hitting my thumb here on the 8th fret of the E here. And I'm doing that little major bar chord shape. Here we go. Little weird strumming pattern he does there. So different. Then he goes straight into a full bend here on the 12th fret of that B. Then he does this crazy lick. So I'm kind of doing a weird strum pattern there and hitting some mutes. But pretty much after you do that little bendy, you're gonna hammer on from that 9th fret of the G to the 11th, and then from that 9th fret of the D to the 11th. And I got the tabs here because it's hard to explain. So back to that weird thing. And that's the last little lick there. So back to our intro, little hammer on there from the 10th fret of that D string, and I'm barring down that G as well on the 10th fret. And then you're going to hit with your pinky that 13th fret of the A, and then your ring finger is going to hit that 12th fret of the A. And I'm actually hammering on from that 10th fret of the A to the 12. Alright, so let's do it. What the hell? Let's do it, man. Here we go. Traffic lights say turn blue tomorrow. Shine emptiness right down on my bed. The tiny islands, they sail on down the street. It's a life we had, it's dead. And the wind whispers, Mary. And the wind cries, Mary. Alright, and that last little outro, all you're doing, end it with that little lick. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and thank you all for tuning in. Peace.